we're back with season 2 of the worst show of all time.
Yes.
That's really what we're going to be reacting to, the Rings of Power season 2 trailer. If you're here because you're a fan of this show, you might as well click away now. You might as well leave. But I'm going to be honest, if you're in the majority, based on them dislikes we saw on this trailer, you probably want to stick around. So let's go ahead. We're going to watch the trailer for Rings of Power season 2. We're going to give a critical analysis, and then we're just going to share all of our thoughts afterwards. So stick around.
Mordor.
An evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
Palpatine.
Prepare yourselves.
Dude, the Avengers Circle.
No.
He worms his way inside your mind. The rest of him slithers in.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
Who? Who though?
She knows. She knew in the last season.
Every soul in Middle Earth is in peril.
Ring.
He's Sauron.
No.
No.
All right.
Wow.
So first impressions, man. There's a lot of sneak in here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's first impressions.
Smooth.
Obviously, the show doesn't look bad. Does it look like it's worth how much money they've spent on it? I don't think so. Definitely darker than the last season, and
Like
a lot of the
visually
visuals we got-
darker?
Visually, like
Okay.
they're taking not only they're taking the tone darker, and they're taking the visuals darker. Is what it
Okay.
seemed like from this trailer. The very first season was very, very bright.
Well, certain scenes in this trailer seem dim, but I mean, there's still the bright elf environment with the rings and all that.
So, what's your thoughts on Halbrand, who we knew from the first season as human, who everybody predicted was Sauron, and then Galadriel knew he was Sauron,
Yes.
and then now he's Anatar.
Yeah.
Now he's looking like, and now he's disguising himself as an elf.
Which this is going to be there's going to be so many issues with this season. You see it already, but the biggest issue they have is they've backed themselves into the corner with season 1, 100%. Okay,
By making him a human.
Well, making him a human and telling the Anatar story as human. So now, if you're bringing him in as Anatar, who's this majestic, powerful elf who teaches, freaking who's the guy, Celebrimbor, how to all these magic tricks when
You heard about alloys? You ever mixed metal together?
You don't.
You tried that?
Look, there's not a story here for you to tell the Anatar story as Halbrand, and then bring Anatar in.
Yeah,
and
it's weird.
then
It's
try
like
to tell the same thing because we already know.
Halbrand has been walking around as Halbrand.
What's the
he
point
came
of
in
him
as
disguising?
Halbrand, and now he's Anatar, and nobody recognizes him.
Yeah.
They will need to say his face looks different.
Look, I thought we were heading
But
to
his face
Mordor.
looks the same.
Yeah, his face looks. I thought at the end of season 1 he was heading to Mordor to craft the One Ring. I thought, and he might have been.
That seems like what though. be doing here. I think what they're going to be doing is he will be trying to get Celebrimbor to continue making rings.
Okay, so they're telling like a version of Anatar's story.
Yeah,
but
so I think he will be trying to convince him, make some for the dwarves, make some for the humans, and
spread
stuff
the
like that.
magic around.
Yeah, spread
Now-
the I want to control everybody.
So look, I don't have a problem with them necessarily. The whole internet is a wonderland of comedy around his appearance, right?
Yeah, his wig.
But I'm not trying to be another YouTube video that just
Mhm.
repeats what the internet's already saying. I think the biggest thing here, which is also season 1, but we see with season 2. According to the books, like there was hints in the books that Galadriel, from afar, not up close, but from afar, mistrusted Anatar, right?
Yeah, like she
Like
never
she never really trusted him. It's because
like everybody was so taken with him, and she was kind of like,
it's because she has the gift to read hearts. You know what I mean? That's why, and if you watch Lord of the Rings, if you're not a book fan, you watch Lord of the Rings, she's speaking to the souls of people with her eyes, in
and
Fellowship of the Ring.
They made the elven rings as a they sort of tried to make the elven rings resist
Yeah.
the One Ring,
Yeah.
right? They put magic in them to
Which is why
help prevent
exactly
what he did.
Which is why Galadriel and Mithrandian and all these, and Elrond, they all have. Is Elrond has the ring? Does he have one of the rings?
Yeah,
I think so. But there's so much story here, but you've chosen to make Galadriel your lead character for this woman boss story, where she was not a woman boss the way you want her to be a woman boss.
Yeah.
Completely annihilate her story for the first season. Then you're like, okay, we got more rights to the story or something, or we just want to do a little bit better with the story.
Do you think they're trying? Do you think they're trying to course correct?
They're definitely trying to course correct some, but they have to work it in with season 1, which is why I started the analysis by saying they've backed themselves into a corner. You can't fix the blot of season 1. There's nothing you can do.
I think it's that season 1 was too bad and too lore breaking, to
timeline breaking, character blasphemy,
and unfortunately, you can write a ship because it's looking at the stars. You can't write a stone because it's looking down. And that's why the show is not, I don't think, going to make it past season 2 or 3.
Even though 5 seasons are slated.
Even though 5 seasons are slated.
And $1 billion are slated to be spent on this series. Over $1 billion. And they're on season 2. And it's still being ratioed, bro. It's so comical. This trailer in every language on YouTube has been ratioed.
Yeah.
Every language of the release of this trailer, our guy over at Nerdrotic did a breakdown of it, Gary.
I haven't watched that.
Freaking, and this is kind of why it's rough to make videos after, because you see like their thoughts of it. You're trying not to be like, oh, it's Venom, or all the different things that people's already pulled out of it, or the wig or the appearance. But really, the main issue, at least from what I haven't seen people talking about, is the fact that Galadriel and Anatar's story, since that seems the angle they're taking with this trailer in this season, Galadriel and Anatar are from afar. You're talking about a deep relationship in not season 2, but in the story of Anatar. It's Celebrimbor and Anatar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which they just touched a tiny bit with Halbrand and Celebrimbor in the first season. And you just can't write this boat, because you've made Galadriel this warrior queen boss. You've done side quests with the token black elf who not a character, not there. There's
not
plenty,
a character.
Plenty of characters you could have chosen.
Not a character.
There's plenty of Tolkien. If you could say one thing about Tolkien, it was not that he did not write enough characters.
He wrote plenty of them.
He wrote hundreds of characters.
And that's that. There's lots of issues with the first season. And I'm
start to
predicting
finish.
there's going to be a lot of issues with this one. It's going to be fun to enjoy it. Enjoy seeing what they did. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they did right,
just
and
to
what
try
they
to
what they
just to
tried
pull it out.
what they tried to do.
I think honestly, and this is something that sort of, I mean, what you're saying is correct. I think that's going to be the biggest thing is like, say, with this season and even potential future seasons, it's like, let's look at what they attempted to do right and then see how they broke it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because that's going to be, it's not so much like, oh, they, with the black elf character, whatever they
remember his
write about
name.
him, I don't remember it either. It's so forgettable. But it doesn't matter what they write about him. They have the out by saying, well, he's our character, you know? There's no
Right.
lore about. So let's see where they try to do loyal like areas where they try to be consistent with the book and then
Mhm.
completely annihilate it, because that's where the real problem here is, you know?
Right.
If you just told a Lord of the Rings story in the background where no main characters, you created all your own characters and they're inconsequential to the movement of Middle Earth, whatever, you're not blaspheming the main storyline characters as long as you don't destroy the events of Middle Earth. But they're doing that plus destroying main characters. So I think we take a look, educate yourself on some of the books. There's a lot of stuff online where you could say, hey, what is Anatar and Galadriel's relationship in the book? And you'll see there's not much of one. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, just make yourself aware of what's lore correct, and then see how they how they're just being stupid about it. That's really what's gonna. That's how we're gonna pull the pants down on Amazon Prime and spank them on their butts. That's how we're gonna do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But let us know down in the comments what you guys thought. If you think we're being too hard on it, I'm sorry, but we're gonna keep doing this. And like this video if you enjoyed it. We want to hear your thoughts. Tell us, you know what? Tell us your favorite comment from the trailer. If you found a comment in the comment section of the trailer that made you giggle, share it in our comments. We'd like to see it. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.